Hey guys, welcome in. This is the episode 6 of the PTG podcast. It's your boy AI.
And it's Live. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all?
Yes,
Just
sir.
a
Yes, sir. So I just want to let y'all know we are back to a straight 48,
Yes,
48
sir.
hour sim,
Oh my
reg
God.
regular season. We're going into I think week 1 tonight.
Yep.
So just everybody's back on track, ready to rock, get those seasons good, get those recruits landed, all that good shit, right? We need 50 subs on Facebook and YouTube, bro. Like, hit subscribe, get somebody's phone, hit subscribe, go to your other fucking email and YouTube. I know how to scam it up,
Yeah,
run our
please
shit
do.
up.
Please do. I just want to hit that real quick. We just it won't let me go live on anything until we get like at least 50 followers, like subs, whatever. I just need 50 of y'all, friends, family, just support, show some love. Me and Alex are trying to do
Yes,
something
sir.
cool
Yes,
here.
sir.
Like just run it up,
Trying
man.
to do,
As
trying
soon
to
as we
do
can
something
go
at least a
live.
little different.
Yeah, as soon as we can go live, we can get those national championship. We can even get game of the week streamed up, right on the pages too. So I think that'll help promote us a little bit. So let's
Yes,
definitely get
sir.
that rocking for sure.
So that's a huge thing, pushing our shit out there. Um, Another thing inside the chat, we're welcoming Florida, we're welcoming OSU as now
Hmm.
commissioners of the league, helping us run shit, get shit smooth. We got a lot of shit real life coming up, so it's always good to have help. We got solid people to help us. One, I mean, we got a surprise later on in the show, and two is my fucking cousin, so I think they're actual reliable people. We can rock with them.
Yeah, for sure. And the
Um,
big thing about that too is you just need a table. You just need a solid, active, communicative like group. You know what I mean? So the
yes,
more that
sir.
we can get that you trust in there, the healthier the league I feel like can
Oh yeah.
go.
And with like I'm doing that little 2K thing, it's a dude in there I met. He's like, "Well, can I help you do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." He's like, "Oh, thanks so much." I'm like, bro, yeah, I know 2K is toxic because like, bro, we been leagues dying for help sometimes. So the
Yeah.
fact that the fact that he's like, "Oh, like nobody ever wants me to help out," I'm like, "No, bro. If you want to do some shit, as long as you don't crash out, help away, bro."
No,
All right,
fact.
so another thing I want to do is I want to welcome in the new guys. We got a new Georgia, we got a new Tennessee. Stanford is I take that back. Tennessee and Stanford are both with their first year, finally with the
We got a
CPU games
special
off of
guest, y'all.
them in the easy
Sorry.
game. Shout out, shout out. So then we also have a Penn State user. That's a new user. And just big shout out to those guys. Just know we're rocking long term. We're gonna go until the fucking wheels fall off. So if you guys stick around, you're gonna be able to build the programs you want. Uh, and this episode is gonna be really kind of dedicated to like Q&A with like, yo, what do you do with recruiting? How did you build your team?
Hmm.
We get into some deeper stuff, and then the next time we do it, we'll probably go either a different position or like a different scheme. But we're gonna kind of turn it more into like um gameplay, like what do you do gameplay wise? Because we've seen the man's actually comp. We know he knows how to play the game. We've all, um, shit, we're all pretty
Give me
fucking
my
comp. We have to
flowers.
play each other all the fucking
Flowers.
time. The flowers, flowers.
Flowers.
So and also with our guest too, we'll be asking him some stuff about. I'm going to personally ask him, bro, what the fuck do you run on offense? What
Hmm.
the fuck do you be doing?
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I think he can just read like coverages really well, so he might be able to like throw some routes together, some nice route combos or something.
Yeah,
But
he knows how
yeah,
to fuck your shit up.
and let me just pound the rock. Let me just find some running lanes and pick up a few,
Literally, literally. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna go straight into it, man. You got anything before we start?
Nah, not really. You kind of hit on everything. The likes, the subscribe on the YouTube and the Facebook channels. Again, I just want to harp on that a little bit. As soon as we can get that up and running, we are off. We are off the ground. We'll
Yes,
be
sir.
doing some cool stuff. But that's the biggest point I really want to make is like let's just keep promoting the league. Let's just keep having healthy games, healthy activity, and I think we're going to be in good shape moving forward and rolling into 26 for sure.
Oh yeah. All right, so my first question for you is, how would you build a specific team? Say, let's say we starting from regular team like 86 to 88 overalls, like most teams are. If we're not a big dog school, how would you build your team to stop the inside run zone scheme?
Um, Honestly, man, like I just built it. I kind of did that with Michigan a little bit. I just built it from the inside trenches out. I found some good, like I even went down into the portal early or into the recruiting early and I picked up some gem 3-star defensive tackles. I think they were just athlete run stoppers, so I think they could move outside, inside. They kind of do everything. And once I had them in place, I could move my outside in, I can move my inside out. So it was kind of dope to
Yeah,
have
so
this like versatility on the D line. I think you should definitely start from the first level and then go back instead of starting from the back going in. But that's just my game
okay.
plan, though.
And I
It's
would
worked
say
for
like my
me.
question with the DNs though, like so when you're recruiting, are you looking for physicals? Are you looking for mentals? Are you looking for attributes? Like what's
So
your because
personally, I look for mentals, and the one mental that I do look for is or D-line rally. I look for that mental. That mental is huge for me personally. I feel like it helps like third, fourth down, especially short yardage conversions. Like I feel like it just boosts composure a little bit. Like I'm on the road. Like
yeah,
I use tactician now too, so I get some composure boosts on the D-line. Um, but just small stuff like that. Like I'll look at physicals a little bit. I'll look at strength. Strength is the one physical I will look at. Strength is probably the most important one for me. But outside of that, I'll look at their mentals. The D-line rally is the biggest one as far as mental. And then as far as physical abilities, I'll probably say takedown is the biggest one too, for me personally in my
takedown
gameplay.
and hold on. Tell me what just explain takedown to me.
I think takedown is just it increases the fatigue hits that players get once he like gets his
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, like it lowers it. It's like bruiser on the O2K. That's
Yeah,
what that does.
exactly. Yeah. I like the
And
fatigue hits too. Those fatigue hits help like massive with the wear and tear.
so with that being said, is it something that you do in position change to get those guys like because I know it's some things I do in the tweaker league like maybe not approved, maybe it's I don't know. But like bringing safeties to linebackers, like everybody's done it.
Mhm.
Everybody's had an offline league where you're doing fucking
Mhm.
everything. Like bringing safeties down the linebackers,
Yep.
putting D tackles to the outside, bringing D ends inside.
Mhm.
Like is that something that you kind of play around with to see like if you can get speed on the inside or in certain spots?
So I've brought in my D line or my D ends inside. My D tackle right now was a D end, but he has the physicals. Like it wasn't like a speedy pass rushing D end. Like he was a pretty fat boy. So I just kind of stuck him in the middle because I want that one solid anchor that I can play in because I run a 3-4. So my 3-4 based around that anchor that's over the nose tackle in the A gaps.
For
You know what
sure.
I mean? So if I can put
Yeah.
that piece there, I can definitely work around the outsides. But I think in Tweaker, I pulled down a safety and put him at middle linebacker, but I personally didn't like it. I would just go pick up a linebacker or find linebackers that have anywhere from like 87 to like 92 speed. And like I'll just rock with that. Like I like the actual linebacker builds rather than dropping safeties to linebacker, if that makes sense.
Yeah. 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 Like
I don't like
you
I
rather
don't
have
like
a
the
slow
pass
linebacker
coverage.
who can.
I don't like the pass coverage abilities. I'd rather have like the field general or the run stopper.
Yeah. So you
Actual,
rather have a slow linebacker where you can use him. He's going to make the short tackle. He's going to be there. He's going to have recognition than having a speed demon who really can't tackle, who really doesn't have play recognition, who's really a slot corner.
basically, yeah. So like I find my user and I'll use user my user in like mostly nickel and dime sets. And most of the time that's going to be your sub linebacker and he's a strong safety or a free safety.
Yeah.
But my other linebackers I want to just be stopping the run. So if I don't have to click on or something, I know the computer is at
Yeah.
least trying to control the
And
line of scrimmage.
you brought up that you run a 3-4.
I
Do you think
do.
that's a major run stopper, or you think that's just your overall um go-to defense because of the playbook itself, or is it just because of 3-4 itself?
I don't know. I've just always ran 3-4, even going back to like my Madden days. I just like the two outside linebackers being able to contain more rather than a four D lineman set. The four D lineman
Sure.
setter, I feel like if you go 4-3, you're kind of still pass rushing a little bit rather than the 3-4,
Hmm.
you can hold up the actual power and like puller lineman a little bit better than a three
For
four
sure.
set.
Because I would say personally, me, like if I'm playing someone I know is run dominant, I'm
Hmm.
going to run a 4-3 because I want two inside big fatties. Like I want two big strong motherfuckers inside.
That's fair. Yeah,
And
that's
like
fair.
I might use her one, I might split them off. But it gets tricky though because you kind of got to play. If you play like that, you have to kind of play in that area. Like you have to play defensive line that game,
But
or you're wasting yourself.
yeah, the thing about the 3-4 and the 4-3 that I have noticed though is when you're in a 4-3 set, D tackles in the sub players can't play D end. D ends can play D tackle though. If you go three
But they can't
four,
go out.
if you go 3-4, you can do both. So you can bring D ends inside and you can put the D tackles at the left and the right end position, like on the actual substitution chart. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
on the
saying? So
sub in game.
it gives a little bit of flexibility there too.
For sure. And even maybe have some gameplay of you doing it, the adjustment in game.
Hmm.
Um, and that will bring me to the next question is like, so we seen you make a long run last year, get to the semis, play South Carolina. You were having a fucking game of your life, honestly.
Yeah, it
Crazy
was.
momentum. Uh, Unfortunate shit happened. McDonald's Wi-Fi might have happened. That's my last one. But then we all see how it happened. So I just want to know a little bit about how you built your team, but also shout out to South Carolina though, hell of a user, no
Yeah, for
shade.
sure. Good game.
Um, yes, for sure, great game. And I just want to know how you got your team from where it was a couple years ago, which is down in the dumps compared to what you are right now.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I just harped on the defensive line. I really focused on building an offensive line. My coaching tree is all based centered around the offensive line, so they could get the most possible training results and like skill cap boost possible. But man, that game, I feel like I was dominating that game until that happened, and then my mindset kind of spiraled a little bit. No excuses. What's done is done. What happened happened. It was a little upsetting, but he's a good user, so I definitely should have locked in a little bit. Took like a 10, 15 minute,
You always got to take
just
another
something,
smoke break.
yeah, to reset
You
something.
got to take a
So
little smoke break real quick. Hold up, let me think
yeah,
about
for
it.
like something. But no, respect to him. He got his flowers. He went to a natty. And yeah, that's gonna bring us back into who we're gonna bring in. So let's go ahead and bring him
Yes,
in.
sir. Yes, sir. So we had a crazy, crazy season six, and I do appreciate everybody for participation, for activity, for everything that went into it. Shit. And we had some of the top dogs go backwards. That would be shit. Me, Auburn, Chang with West Virginia, Texas, Footless with Washington. We all took kind of a step back. We had some new guys come in and wreck the fucking party. We had Colorado, we had South Carolina, we had Boise slash TCU, we had Tennessee, and Stanford there.
Hmm.
So we had all that shit going on. And from the start of the playoffs, it was
Yep.
great games, back to back to back, back huge games. So huge
All
shout out to
good.
everybody
They're
rocking
all
with
good.
us. And that will bring us to the winner of that game. The winner of the game, we know him as Simba King. But sometimes other people that know him in real life might call this man a top 100 player nationally out of high school, number five ranked athlete in the country, first team All Pac-12, a Pac-12 champion. I'm guessing that would be in 2016 because in 2017 he was drafted to the NFL. He was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, I believe.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl
2000,
in
yes,
2018.
sir. 2018, he was a Super Bowl champ. And then in 2024 was his greatest accomplishment, which is being a father to a nice, precious little kid. Now he's a two-time PTG back-to-back champ. And we're going to welcome in Mr. Please advance the fucking league at 3 a.m. EST, Mr. Simba King.
A
This version, we got our boy Simba King. We already ran down this fucking accolades. I do want to ask the man how the fuck he got to number five athlete in the fucking country, but we're gonna talk about that a little later on. Um, but yeah, this has been our guy, I would say, for like 4 years. He's been on Florida and PTG.
Mhm.
He came in crashing out already, yelling at everybody, calling him a bitch, whatever. He was letting you know, but also he wasn't scared to play the fucking game, and that's really
He
what it
came in
came
with the
down to.
energy.
Like, bro, if you can talk all this shit in the world, but once it's time to put the stick work on, bro,
Mhm.
you got to do it. And you got to show up. And this man's definitely showed up. And we're gonna talk about first. I want to ask him how it felt to play Zevi. Zevi is USC or no? I'm tripping. He's Oregon.
He's Oregon, yeah.
Zevi's Oregon. Zevi is Oregon. The SEC was a gauntlet. So how was the SEC this year, and how did it feel to finally get over the hump of Zevi, which was two over. You beat him once. He beat you twice this year, but you beat him when it counts. So how did that make you feel?
So man, SEC for one, bro, is was by far the most stacked conference. It was crazy. It felt like a playoff game, even a national championship, every single conference game. So like 9 out of 12 games, I'm sitting there having to be real sweaty, man, trying to make
Mhm.
sure I can't because you can't fall back in that conference, dog, or some
You
back.
cannot slack,
Two
bro.
two
You
losses,
cannot.
man. You out for real, like because
Yeah.
people not losing that conference, man. Footless, Zevi, even Georgia was a solid, bro. Texas, I know when he
Texas.
wants to play is actually straight.
And I was
Mhm.
about to
Um,
say, yeah, these
yeah,
big
bro.
guys.
And so it's just like all them dudes. It was games. But yeah, no beating. So I beat Zevi for the first national championship that I got,
That was last year.
and yeah, last year's
Yeah.
national championship.
Yes, sir. Back to
And
back.
so it was again, man, stressful game. Just like every single one of our games are always within a one score. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
And I think y'all said on the last podcast, it's basically like whoever makes the first mistake or like the worst mistake and who can
Yes.
capitalize on it, dog.
Yeah,
Because
GG's.
that's literally what it is. And so you got to play
Yeah.
an
You
almost
could literally
perfect
send
game.
GGs. You can
Mhm.
send
You got to
GGs
play
at
an
that
Yeah.
almost
exact moment.
perfect game and hope
Did
something.
you and Zevi play for the SEC title last conference title last year?
I believe so.
Who
I
won that
believe
one?
so. I want to say he did.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
think I actually won the SEC conference. I think
Yeah.
I both
Okay.
times I
Florida be
That's how
slipping.
you
He be
know the
sneaking
conference
in.
is tough, man. That SEC conference is tough.
it's hard, bro. And like that,
Out of all
there's
you.
no one in that conference that if I would have actually lost to, I really would have been real like pissed. Like there's no way
Mhm.
I should have ever lost this game. Now
Honestly,
there's
bro.
people that I believe I should beat,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
for sure, for
a
sure.
Shout out
loss
South
to like
Carolina.
an actually like solid opponent, I'm never gonna be like
Bro,
that should
I
have
would
never
say
happened.
personally, if I was in the SEC, I would have went smooth 2-7. The fuck?
Yeah, I
Hey,
probably
and here
would
the
have been
thing.
sitting at like 9-4 or
Those
something
two
crazy
and
like
those two wins would have been better than most people's 8 wins, though. So I'm not even
Oh
mad at you
yeah.
about it.
That's
Hell
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Cause,
That's
cause
true.
even Footless, bro, look with his team, he be giving people work, and he got one of the worst rosters I've seen.
This team's
Which
Yeah, for
terrible.
I
sure.
don't know how it's
Bro,
that
don't
bad.
recruit.
Yeah,
He
I was
don't
about to
recruit
say
for real.
he can't recruit because there's no way. I get it. He started behind and it's Washington and da da da, but there's no way
Nah.
that team's
Bro.
that bad unless you're just
Nah.
not doing it.
He's in our
Hey
tweaker
man,
league, bro.
we're
It
in
was
year
weak.
7. You have to at least have a foundation by now. You know, like at
Yeah,
least a foundation by now.
Bro,
yeah. He's just not. He's just not recruiting.
in our tweaker league with Footless, he has LSU. Bro won the Natty. It was the last week of the season. He had one recruit. He had a four
It's,
star.
he's sick.
I
Yeah,
said, what the fuck?
he's sitting
He's like,
there,
I'm about to
man.
clean up in the portal. No, you're not,
Go
bro.
back
Yeah,
to
he's sitting
YouTube,
there.
check out some recruiting tips, and then lock that back in for list.
For sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
but no,
All
he'd
right,
still even
so
be competing even with that team.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
for
oh
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
he's gonna compete, bro. He's gonna compete with whoever because he's just got the game plan
The
though.
thing about it
That I
too,
show
though,
up.
is a lot of people I've noticed like it's the first year with NCAA back. They're treating it like Madden. They're treating it like the
yeah,
off seasons. You know, like you guys they gotta just dig a little bit deeper and actually just
Yeah,
invest
you
because
can't buy your
uh,
team. Cannot
facts,
buy your
like
team.
facts.
And with that being said, so you're a heavy recruiter. I didn't even talk to you about this earlier, my bad. But you're a heavy recruiter with defensive backs, receivers, all the speed. So I want to know how much deep diving do you actually do? Like, how long does it take you to set up a board um, preseason board and week zero? Because I would say I spent like 25, 30 minutes on it, and
Oh yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
No,
long
no,
time to me.
no,
But
no.
you probably be spending a good like
yeah.
hour and a half.
I'll take an hour. I'll take an
Leave,
hour.
come
Good
Week
back.
hour.
zero,
Yeah.
yeah. Week zero will probably be like 30 to 45 minutes because mostly it's basically like your number one. If I'm just trying to get the best possible recruiting class, like volume and as many players as I can, then yeah, I'm just going to take all my number ones. And then I definitely look for archetypes. Like I prefer actually
Yeah.
big body receivers, and that is part of the Madden that I brought with me. On
Okay.
my X's and Z's, I actually want big dudes who can go up and get a ball. My
And also,
slot, I want a quicker, little shiftier player.
is it for the vertical or is it for like the more of the box out?
Both. So I in both Madden and definitely obviously here, at some point everybody has speed. And
Yeah.
so you're not just gonna be
Everybody's
able to
fast.
send guys deep, but a six
Mm-hmm.
five receiver is always gonna go up and be able to go up and get a
Oh, he's
football.
gonna body
So
somebody.
I'm always gonna love big body receivers on the outside. Because I don't even do the shot plays like when people be trying to bust coverages and everything like that. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
if I can
You a high
beat
ball
your
thrower?
player one on one, um, red zone, I'll throw them, but it's not something I definitely depend on just because the game doesn't allow you to actually throw those two effectively.
Okay.
I like the idea of it, but it doesn't work as much here. Now, I will say Calvin got that platinum secure catch on this year. So I'm definitely gonna try it at least a few times. I'm definitely gonna try it because he might
Oh
actually
no.
he got gold 50-50 and then the platinum secure catch. So his hands
No.
are elite. So
Now,
I'm
how
definitely
tall
gonna
is
try
So
it.
Calvin again? He's what,
He's six
6'6"?
five.
Six
Yeah,
five?
6'5". I've only ever seen one 6'6" receiver, and that was the one I had in Mile Higher. And
Mm-hmm.
I seen
I
a
was
six
mad I didn't get
seven
to use him.
receiver, but he played for Stanford. Go ahead though.
Yeah.
Not even at speed, man.
Nah, that receiver was crazy. But yeah, no, man. So I
Pitch, I
like
got
big
fair
body
pitch.
receivers on the outside, quicker, a little shiftier guys on the inside, my slides preferably. And DBs, man, I kind of and really it's crazy because this is where I got it from. When I played for the Eagles, I'm very much a bend. I try to be a bend don't break defense. I would rather you
Hmm.
if you can put a 8, 10, 12 play drive together, march it down the field and score, you deserve that touchdown. But I'm not
Yeah.
giving up no 2, 3 play drives.
Mm,
So I
mm,
want somebody that can stay over the top of the guys and everything like that. And like I said, if you can read a defense and throw dots and everything like that, respect to you, but most guys can't. Most people don't
Yeah.
know
yeah.
how to read a defense.
And so and that goes perfectly into my next question, which was what is it you do offensively? Because like you said, you play for the Eagles, you play big time ball. So like some of the meeting rooms you were in, like bro, we couldn't get a glimpse of the knowledge of the people that were talking to
Yeah.
you.
You
And like
obviously must
so
have like some sort of like obviously a next level knowledge of like route combinations or like different setups to read like a cover four. You obviously know how to like flood maybe a certain concept that most people might not know how to read or even know that exists out there or something like that. So it makes
for sure.
stems are new to the game too, so you can probably talk about using those a little bit too.
Yeah, no, man. So the thing is it definitely helps and it works, but only works to a certain extent because at the end of the day, it is a video game. The
Yeah.
video game at the end of the day will override the real life knowledge. So
Hmm.
some people actually have just I know how to in quotes break the game
Manipulate.
Yeah.
and yeah, manipulate the game, break the game, however you want to call it. And at the end of the day, that's just going to play out better than however something else. But when it comes to playing real life football, yeah, my cousin, so in high school, I was a running back, and my cousin was actually a quarterback. Me and him got
Mhm.
together, played Madden one time, and he just sat and he was dogging me. I was like, bro, you got to tell me how this works. Bro sat there for like 3 days. We were playing, and he just broke down coverages. And ever since then, I actually love the idea of the like of not just the game of NCAA football, but the surrounding aspects. I don't want to just know
Yeah.
my position. I want to know how
Yeah.
everything works. And later on, I found out from my position that it actually can correlate to doing your job better. Like as a defensive lineman, that was a position I played at a higher level. The coverage my defense is playing actually will tell me how long I more than likely have to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And that can predicate on what rush plan I have. If I can go finesse move because I have a little more time, or if I have to go straight through a guy because I don't have much time, or if I have to more contain a guy because it's something like cover zero and everybody's backs turned. So
Hmm.
it all ties in as far as like knowledge wise, as far as in real life. Now, when it comes to the game, it helps in the sense of pre and post snap coverage recognition, being able to tell what coverage somebody's in, everything like that. A lot of people are really good at pre snap recognition, but terrible at post snap recognition. So
Yeah.
that's honestly a big reason why I come out in zero or disguise zero is two reasons. One, to disguise the coverage, but also two, to keep as many people in the box. Because
Mhm.
one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to let you run. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
let you try
Mm.
to run the ball all game, and I'm not gonna let you throw deep. You're gonna have
Hey,
to throw
running's the
intermediate
start to
stuff.
everything.
It's
Running is the
it,
start to everything, man.
if somebody has a great ground game, and that's one of the hardest things about when you start off with a team. If your D line's terrible, bro, it's a long day.
Yeah.
People just run. Oh, in this game, people will run as long as they want.
Hmm.
And so that's
Mm.
why trenches are the first thing that I build. I'm always going to recruit trenches. Every year, I got about 5 to 7 defensive linemen.
Hmm.
Typically, I get at least 4 offensive linemen, but not this last recruiting class, but the one before I had 5 guys and 2 or 3 were elite, 2 or 3 were stars. I was like, all right, I can just get one elite this season.
And that I
But
got
yeah.
I got a quick sidebar because I was watching one of your streams one time and I noticed something that you do, which is something I do, but it's just because I'm be trying to be a sneaky motherfucker, which is play on the defensive line. So
Uh-huh.
I do it a lot. Like for people who've played me a lot, I don't even really get them no more because I've played me a lot. But like I try to get the little lurks on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't throw high pass, Eliv already is onto that.
Yeah.
His fingers on LB constantly, bro. But I try to get the little lurks on my side. But I was watching you play Zebby the one time, and I seen you on the defensive line,
Mm-hmm.
but you were actually fucking dominating. So that right there, I could tell like you had a more, uh, kind of a better knowledge of the game where you're not just blindly rushing. So kind of speak on why you play on the defensive line and like if you think that is helpful from.
So for me, typically, if I'm playing on the D line, I'm more than likely in a match coverage.
Hmm.
And
Mm,
I understand how match coverages work, but the CPU can communicate through the match coverage better than I understand how they're playing it.
then
Because
you can
that's
communicate with the CPU.
exactly, I can only do so much with the CPU, but if I let them play the match coverage, it typically ends up playing out pretty well. And
Right.
so I'll just be like, all right, I'll just go rush, let y'all play this out and see if I can get
Hell
to the
yeah, I'll let
quarterback
y'all play
before,
the game.
yeah, before they go figure it out.
And do you set
Because
your zones in different yardages too? Like, do
no,
you kind of feel out? No, you just default it. Okay.
it's always default. I played somebody the other day and they
Really?
said I tried to. I have never.
You're
The
straight
only time I
default.
do that is if
RPO'd.
I
Somebody's
know
abusing.
someone's just abusing in medium routes, and it's like, all right, cool. Then I'll set it back. But other than that, no. Like I really don't because there's always a coverage. There's typically always a coverage to stop something, and
Yeah.
it's just a matter of you have to find that right coverage, called at the right time, and against the right formation. And a lot of people, if you watch my streams and everything like that, if you are willing to keep up with it, because it is a lot. But I typically, there's certain stuff I won't call against certain looks. Now, I'll call anything else and at the very least try it. But there's certain
Mm.
stuff I just refuse to call against certain looks. And so you could, if you, like I said, you really want to study my streams, you can tell it's like, all right, I don't know what I'm getting, but I know it's not that. And
Yeah.
so, but that's
Or
why
you
I
know
always
what you're
love,
getting at.
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's why I've always like, I mean, people will be like, oh, he's only running 3, 4 plays. I'm cool with that because
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out
Yeah.
them 3, 4 plays, and you outside once you get outside your element, you cooked.
And I was
That's
gonna
why,
say like
And it'll
even like me
that's
starting to
later.
trying to lock in on offense a little bit more, I realized that I run a variation of like 2 plays. But it's a total of like shit, maybe 9, 10 plays,
and,
Uh-huh.
maybe
and
even
there's not
12.
a
But
lot of different
there's
true
not a
concepts. There isn't.
yeah,
They're
like
just different looks.
you
Yeah.
don't want to be like it's no point for me to put a little bunch over here and if I'm just trying to do the same fucking thing out of a different formation.
See, I
So
There's
noticed
if
that too. Like a lot of the same concepts are, well, there is probably only like what, like 9 to 11 actual concepts in the
yeah,
game, but it's all out of like you said, like 500
different
different
formations.
looks. So yeah, so
Yeah.
if you
yeah.
can just figure that out too and just like kind of flow, I mean,
Yeah, no, dial into that,
find
bro.
something
And
that
and
works.
it's
I just run the ball.
both
Fuck
sides of the fence. It's like, okay, cool. I know you can only run so many plays, but at the same time, if you execute plays well, it's like, I don't care if you know what I'm running, you still have to stop it.
it.
And here's the thing sometimes I psych myself out and actually give a user more credit than they actually have as far as like me believing their knowledge of what I'm doing. and then I'll psych myself out of running a certain place. I'm like, ah, nah, he don't know that da da da. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what, whatever, bro, just run it, and then it'll work. And I'm like, yeah, just go, little man.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and I would even say that's our guest star today. I would
What's
even
up, big
say
dog?
I would even say even playing you. So the first time I played you it was close because I'm a good video game defender. I've been
Mm-hmm.
playing defense on fucking Madden for fucking ever. So I know I know the thought process of a user on offense, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I know what they want to throw, the routes that people audible to. I know that when people are audible to their inside receiver, it's a fucking slant or it's a go. Like, and now on this game, it's a zig. It's a zig or it's a go. Like,
Or a
so we
flat too.
know.
Those little quick flat routes. Yeah, those are a good route to
Yeah.
run.
Or
Yeah.
even with like Texas routes with running backs, like catching on to little key shit. So I would say like the first couple games I played against you, were very close. And even the one I like snuck away because it was the
Mm-hmm.
special team, all that shit. But I
Mm-hmm.
will say like the next couple games I played against you, you could tell my knowledge of the game through the game. And that was kind of like humbling, like, oh shit, I need to lock the fuck. It made me
Bro,
start playing man.
here's the thing. I don't take any user light. That's the reason why I also dominate the bad ones, is because I'm gonna sit there and figure you out as if I am playing in a national championship game. And I don't take nothing I
For
do
sure.
lightly. If I do something, that's night. And that's why I be like, people video game, yo, you take this seriously. But if I'm gonna do something, why not try to be the best? I don't care what it is
For
in life.
sure.
I'm competitive.
For sure.
And I
Bro, I'm here to
respect
win.
that. And like the thing about it is
I'm here
too
to
is like
win.
you've probably beat on what like six people and gotten them up out of here, like
Yeah.
five, six people, something like that. So hats off to you on that. That's actually hilarious. But like just doing that is just like cleaning out house. Like
For sure.
who wants users like that in the league when you're just like filling up space when you
That's
know
why I
you aren't gonna
posted it.
hang, you
That's
know
why
what
I
I mean?
posted what
Like
I did, bro.
so
Like if you can't
if
take
you
a
can
whooping,
definitely flood it, like man, stop them if you're gonna complain. Like nobody, man, I
Go
don't
ahead
know.
and tell us a little bit about what happened in the Nebraska game.
so I'm not gonna lie, I came out mad disrespectful. I was just throwing stuff up to Calvin and Randy off rip. I was like, I just
Well,
want to
you
see if they can go
practiced it.
get
It's
it.
your first game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the
Hey
thing
man,
too.
send
It
it. Somebody
actually
down
it
there.
it actually started off pretty slow. Like the first quarter and a half, it really wasn't that bad of a game because I'm figuring out how my team works, new O line,
Yeah.
new defense, bro, like stuff like that. I returned a lot of starters,
And
but a lot of
personally,
them
he's
are
not a
built different.
horrible user. He's not a
Nah,
horrible
and
user.
he, like I said, he wasn't to start.
Hmm.
Just and y'all have seen it. But once you fuck up, I'm putting my foot on your neck.
Yeah.
Like it's a wrap. I'm putting my
I've
foot
seen
on
it
your neck.
firsthand. You just
It
did
gets
it to me
ugly.
in mock
Hell
ties.
yeah.
Yeah, it gets
Once it's
ugly.
over, it's over,
Yeah,
over.
it gets
What
ugly.
it
You're not
is.
And then bro still throwing the ball. He up 30. It's 2 minutes ago. Bro still on
for sure.
5 out, bro. What the fuck you doing?
Because here's the thing, though. I'm not gonna change my offense because of whatever the game situation
It's
is.
Yeah.
because of your
Because
situation.
yeah, bro. Because then all of a sudden you get conservative, and then stuff like that happens. I'm not trying to kill clock. Like I did it
Yeah.
against Footless one time. Like okay, now I'm more trying to kill clock and conserve the win.
But
Da
then
da
you start
da.
fucking up.
Exactly. You start making
Cause
mistakes, and then
I
you
go
not
into some
free and
games,
outs.
I'm trying to kill clock, but I'm telling myself that, bro, I'll have a 12 play drive, throw an interception. And I'm like, okay, I just wasted 5 fucking minutes. And now he
No,
got the ball,
nothing.
he
Well,
scored
that's
in
Yeah.
three
what just
plays. What the
happened to
fuck?
me. I don't know if y'all watched my semifinal game, but I was in the driver's seat even after the lag just to go down and score and have that field goal lead. But
Mm-hmm.
I had a nice drive going. I think it was like 9 or 10 plays, and then I threw that dumbass pick, and then he took it back six. So
Bro, and I was gonna
just
say
I'm the
every
same
pick
way,
on
man.
here,
I'll pound the ball and then I'll make a stupid little throw in error, and it just like
every
gotta
interception
stay
on this
locked
fucking
in. You
game is
gotta
a
stay
pick
locked
six.
in.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, though, it is college football. Like teams do that stuff, you know. Like teams
No,
will
I
like it's not the NFL. Like
bro, I love
you
this
got to
game.
make that adjustment if you're
I
gonna.
think a lot of
He said, I
people's
love this shit.
frustration.
Community's
No,
got to do
because I
that
think a lot
too.
of people's frustration with this game, they don't understand it's real.
Yeah,
Like the
realistic.
stadium posts and not being able to communicate with players. I get that. Yes, there are hand signals, but also most of your players' awarenesses aren't great, or else you
Aren't
have an
high,
amazing team.
bro.
They're 18, 19, shit, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old players. They're stupid. Like they
Hmm.
are dumb, dog.
No cap,
They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna mess up. People be sitting there, why my player ain't playing perfect for 70 plays a game? Bro, he a
bro.
19-year-old retarded dude.
Yeah.
He's
Go
just
talk.
athletic.
Facts.
Go talk to an 18-year-old for 10
I,
minutes, bro.
And
I'm
that,
saying, dog.
like you can't want a game have or be super realistic and then have everybody running from 3/4 of the field to get a pick six because you know
Dog.
what I mean? Like that's just not
It just doesn't
community's
happen.
just got to make that adjustment as a community
I would say, I
to
would
notice
say
that too.
the awareness thing is huge because, like,
Yeah.
bro, I was a great athlete in high school. Like, most of us were fucking great athletes in high school. Like, that's not a hard thing to do. But I would tell you, bro, without my inside receiver dude telling me what the fuck was going on,
Look,
I had no clue what the fuck was going on, bro.
bro,
I
it
was just
happens.
out there.
It happened. So there is a Pro Bowl defensive tackle in the NFL right now, Vita Vea, and I love my guy, great player, and I even told people once he got his stuff together, he would be a great player. But while Vita was in college with me, I had to tell him what he was doing every play.
But he just was gifted.
Bro, he's 6'4", 350, and honestly, straight line speed, bro, he's fast. Bro's
Yeah.
fast, he's strong, like he really is a freak.
I
But
think I've seen him lead block in the NFL.
he's crazy.
Yeah.
But every play, bro, Q, what's the play? What do I do? I'm trying to figure out my job first.
Yeah, it's
But
like, bro, how the fuck did
Slant
you
A
get
gap.
here?
Slant A
Bro,
gap.
how are you in college, bro?
dog, so yeah, it's like it that's real. Your players busting coverages or not doing da da da. And like, yes, it's frustrating, but I never get mad and say this game is stupid. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, my player just didn't do what I
Bro,
We
tried
just
to
I'm
gotta
tell
be
telling
him
you.
to do.
thankful we have an EA college football game back. Like it was like what, like 15 some years, like 20 years, I think
No,
actually.
it was 10,
No, 10
11.
years. Because
10,
I
Yeah.
was in the last one,
14.
NCAA 14. I was in
Yeah,
that.
The
yeah, yeah,
cap.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
That
okay.
was my freshman
Fire.
year.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
That was my freshman year. It was cold, but
Yeah, that's
You
really
right there, my boy.
yeah.
You right inside here, my boy.
But
that road to glory mode on the 14 was
dope,
easy though.
dope. But yeah,
I
nah,
said,
man. It's the only thing I would say we fix about this game is I think mental abilities need to have a little more impact. I shouldn't be able to have a platinum like headstrong quarterback and
I
then
still can't see shit.
he still can't see nothing. Like it's a little
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
to me. And then two,
Because
pursuit.
if you have Peyton Manning out there in college, he's
Yeah,
gonna dot your ass up.
yeah, he don't care what stadium he playing in, bro.
It don't matter
Like
where
it's
he at.
good. But then pursuit needs to be adjusted. But those are literally the only two things on this
Yeah.
game that I think gameplay
If
wise
I
need to be
get
fixed.
some computer angles, as long as my angles are good, you can still break the fucking tackle as long as my angles are good. How about
Yeah,
that? Like,
yeah.
that's what I'll take.
So, but no, other than that, bro, love this game. I think it was made very well. I think they could do a little bit more dynasty, just adding little nuances and stuff like that. But gameplay, I
Oh
love it.
yeah.
This game is sick.
And so with that being said, how did it feel getting that fucking natty, bro? Calling calling your shot, almost getting your exact shot. How did that feel?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, like I said, it
A
was what I
field goal away
expected,
from
dog.
your exact score. Field goal away.
I tried to get that field goal.
I saw the box score. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I saw the box score and it literally had all zeros in the second half because you were at 35, and I was like, I know this man took his foot off the.
I definitely
I
did.
know he wanted to get
1000%.
that score.
I started killing clock immediately, and I was like, okay, all I gotta do is I'm waiting because I'm not about to let him just start scoring.
Mhm.
I held him off until his very last drive. I said,
Yep.
bet you can go score. So I started I did zero press. I was like, if you score, you score. I don't care. It is what it is. And then, but the second half, bro, I was just eating the clock. I was just giving it to Emmett, giving it to the QB, bro. I was just like eating the clock because I'm not I'm about to secure this. Two, I know it's gonna piss him off even more.
Mhm.
And after he beat me, dog, I was livid because he really tried to say I couldn't
And
throw.
that's your get back. That's your
Yeah,
get
he
back.
Oh,
tried to
he
say I
beat you in
couldn't
the
throw.
regular season. I thought
I
you won
forgot
that
about that.
Mm-mm.
I forgot
He
about
beat me
that.
by one. So, dog,
game.
this how
Okay.
that game went. Um, got the ball back, or no, I got to stop, and I'm up 5, and so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm about to march this, kill clock, go down the field, kick a field goal or score, and it's money. I'm up 2 or I'm up 8. So either way, he can't win. He has to at best tie. Bro, I
Mhm.
go down, miss the field goal. And it was only like a 36-yard field goal. My kicker's meter was going crazy. I was mad
Oh
about that.
yeah.
I'm like,
I
bro, I'm
can
home. That doesn't
bro,
make
I can't.
sense.
Your
I've had
kicker's
that
going
It
happen to me
don't make
too.
sense. And so missed the field goal. He gets the ball at like the 35-yard line.
Mhm.
Bro, I don't know what it is. DB's coverages start getting busted. Like we were getting dotted up. He goes down. He has one play from the 25-yard line. I go prevent man. I'm like, all right, dog, let's just press it. Everybody keep y'all
See,
leverages, and
you
then
gotta
all the
prevent
safeties play
zone.
down.
Prevent man is fucked up.
But here's the thing: I have three safeties in the end zone. Now, a normal safety is going to play downhill because they're already sitting at the back of the end zone. Bro, all three of my safeties, none of them moved. And he throws a post right at my middle safety and scores a
Oh
touchdown
shit.
to beat me by 1 point. I was living.
I was
And I
about to say it had to
threw
be ending clock because
no, yeah, it was
he
at
did
zero.
kick the extra point.
Yeah, it was zero. And so I
That's
was pissed, dog, because one, like I said, half of it was on. No, I ain't gonna lie, a good majority of it. Like I said, couldn't lock in for whatever reason, bro. Because I do anticipate a lot of throws, especially if I know your coverage, either pre or post snap. I know this should be open. Now,
all right.
sometimes the
Let it
problem
go.
is
Yeah.
either the player don't do the right stuff or the game just does game stuff and it something happens. So I'm like, all
Yeah,
right,
Your tight
I'm
end
doing
might have get
something
bumped
too.
on the
Like one of those
side.
hard flags
yeah,
at like
bro, runs into another
15.
defender, and I'm like, okay, first of all, that's a DPI, but cool.
Bro, there's
Um,
no such thing as defensive pass interference
not
with
against
Uh,
CPU, only
no,
yeah,
user.
like
Yeah,
yeah,
you can't get it at CPU,
no.
and
crazy.
that has caused me more picks than anything. That DPI against for CPU and getting hit while throwing the ball. Because I
Hmm.
promise you,
Yeah, that does
70% of
happen a
my
lot.
picks are those two.
But
Yeah,
That's really what they are.
I
a
got a couple
hundred.
picks
Like
like
I
that.
gotta say, 100% are probably my two. Like getting hit while you're throwing like a screen or like something over the middle and just goes right to somebody, and you're like, bro,
Yeah.
come on,
Bro,
like, you can't
I
just
ain't gonna
ground
lie,
it. Like,
the other day I was mashing Y. Like I wasn't even paying attention to this game. I'm just
mhm.
playing and I'm on my linebacker and I'm kind of just standing, I'm holding Y, bro. Quarterbacks get sacked, ball straight to me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sick.
We
Yeah,
were like,
sick, 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 sick.
what the
But yeah, no,
fuck?
bro. So yeah, that's how I lost that game to him. Like I said, played probably one of the worst games I played in stupid long. And bro was just sitting there talking crazy. And I was like, I promise you, the next time we
Kept his
play, I'm
receipts.
dogging you. I said, I promise you, the next time we play, I'm dogging you. Like it's not even funny.
Well, you have a
And
history of that too. The
no,
second
thousand
time you
percent.
play of coming back
Because
big time.
I'm
Yeah.
figuring you out while we're playing that first game. And
Mhm.
typically I'm good enough to still win. But after that first game, I know what you like. And
Yeah.
that's why I told you exactly what he was going to do, exactly how I was going to play it. And bro was boxed. Absolutely. Bro
Yes,
wasn't
sir.
scoring nothing. And so I was like, yeah, that's just cooked. And now he's talking about his running back gonna do something. Dog, it's not, I promise you it's not gonna make a difference. I don't care who
And
you got back there.
we all in the same conference running it back.
Uh oh, is he in Big Ten?
No, he's in SEC. I
He
brought
stayed in
you
Okay,
over
I'm in.
SEC.
to yeah, you said you were cool with coming to the Big Ten. So
Yeah.
the Big Ten looks like it's got some good comp this year though. So
So
Yes, sir.
TCU is nice. Once he gets his
yeah.
team going, bro's solid for
And
sure.
that's what I figured too, is if like the Big Ten might, I don't know what the other conference prestige are looking like, but I know the Big Ten's got an A+ right now, so that could help his recruiting if he could at
Yeah.
least get like 8, 9
And
wins.
and
You
he's
know what I mean?
the did you bring other Texas user?
I did, yeah. I
I
brought
was
the
gonna say
Texas
he's the
user,
only. I
but
was gonna say he's the only person in Texas in our conference. But yeah, both Texas is there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Texas get active, cool. Ohio State, I owe him an ass whooping because he got me the one and only time we
Yeah.
played, and that was
Oh,
when
he
I,
beat you?
bro. It was the
Ooh.
first year I took over those Gators where they lost everybody.
ooh,
Like
That's
I
my
was having to
guy.
rebuild that team, but
okay.
loss is a loss, so he got it.
I'm
That's
not
one of
gonna
my
So,
lie,
boys.
that team is
But,
nice though. You got to know how to play him if like that team is
but,
I know
really
his team
good,
cool, but here's the thing:
but,
one, I'm
listen to me.
motivated, and we've seen what I do when I'm motivated, and
man.
two, he got to come to the swamp. He's
I do
cooked.
too. Yeah, I do too. I think.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think you play all the
it's
Bro,
conference
it's
comp though, don't you this year?
bro.
Yeah.
I got a lot of conference. I got a lot of home love this year. I did for sure. Did.
that's
But
so
hey, the
crazy.
way I see it, bro, I deserve it. I done proved
Mhm.
myself twice. Y'all got to come take this from me.
Imagine going in the
That's top. That's
SEC,
big shit.
winning two natties, no conference title, coming to the Big Ten, winning a conference title and no natty.
That'd be sick. That'd be real sick. That'd be real sick. I ain't
Crazy
gonna hold
work,
you.
right?
Hey, don't put
All
that on
right,
me
all right,
because
all right,
then
all right.
you trying to jinx me with
Hey,
the
but
repeat thing
I
like
got
the
one last
Chiefs.
question for you though, for real. So
Yep.
you won a Super Bowl in 2018 with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
You watched the bowl game last night, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling today?
It was dope, dog.
And also, do you have guys to that you? shit, text it and communicate it with today that's still on like a team because like you might have actual relationships still there.
Yeah. So as far as the feeling, super dope, man. Obviously always gonna have a lot of love for that organization because they were the one that gave me my first NFL shot. They drafted me. They were the ones that believed in me, which and so I'm always gonna have love for Philly. I'm actually technically not a Philly fan. I'm actually a Bucks fan, but that's more because the very first Pop Warner team I played on growing up was the Oak Park Buccaneers. And so I
And
was like,
don't Via play for the Bucks?
Vita
Mhm.
plays for the
That
Bucks.
works
Yeah,
out
Shout out
too.
Vegas.
I actually had worked out with the Bucks for a bit, but I had got there in a bad situation, so I didn't make the team. But I lived in Tampa for like 2 years. I love Tampa, and I didn't even know what
Mm.
Tampa was when they were my team initially. But anyways, so yeah, no, Philly won, bro. And I was telling everybody too. I was like, bro, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs. It is. But
I shouldn't.
if anybody was to beat the Chiefs, it was Philly because of the way that team's built. It is
Mhm.
ground game. It is top down defense, and
Built
they are
too.
like they're built exactly
Yeah.
for what you need to beat the Chiefs. And they did what the Bucks did, which
Mhm.
is send a demonic pass rush after you and
Crazy
let
pass rush.
7 people cover.
Mhm.
If you can get there with 4, you're cooked. And they were
Yeah.
getting there immediately. And
Mhm.
so
They put
the
something in those dudes yesterday,
dog,
bro.
they got busy. My boy John, yeah, my boy Sweat was getting
Yeah,
work.
he
Cooking, bro.
And
was.
so, but no, yeah. So to say that, man, no, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, still 2 guys that I definitely gotta. I'm definitely still cool with, man. I even posted about BG, um, because BG was probably the biggest influence, not only in the NFL but in my life for me, dog. Brandon Graham is probably one of the most underrated DNs in the league, but also
Hmm.
two, he was probably one of the only people in my life where every way he went about how he was a professional was exactly what I wanted to be. And why I mean that is like he
Corresponded
came,
with what you were trying to do with your life too.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
he came to work every day, good attitude, always happy. He
Mhm.
worked hard as hell, and during every one of his breaks, dog, he called his family, talked to his kids, man. And so it's
That
like
shit.
he focused on what he needed to focus on, but didn't let that veer off his love
And
for
that's
his
a hard
family.
thing to do with millions
It
of
is.
dollars, bro.
It
Yeah.
definitely is, bro.
Facts.
And he's a great person, great family man, great ball player, dog. So BG is definitely still always gonna have a lot of love for him. I'm hella glad he got 2 rings. I still have his cleats from when he wore in the Super Bowl that we played. He actually because after season's over, everybody comes, cleans out lockers because you might get traded, might get cut, whatever it is, but you typically clean out your locker or just garbage stuff, whatever. And I saw him throw the cleats away. Bro, I went and dug in the garbage. I was like, yo, sign
Give me
these.
them.
Yeah, I
Give
was
me
like,
them
sign these
shits.
right now. And
Let
he
me
was
get
laughing.
those.
Yeah, he was laughing. I'm like, I'm so serious, bro. Sign these
Yeah, bro.
cleats.
You don't understand who you are, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, if not even who you are to the league, bro, who you are to me. I was like, please sign these
Yeah.
cleats. And
Fair.
so, no, still got those cleats, man. So yeah, BG Sweat, bro, is 2 guys I definitely got a lot of love for. I'd say my only disappointment with the Chiefs losing is, and I'm pretty sure it's at least the last 12 years. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right though. In almost every Super Bowl, there's been a player from UW of like the last 12 years.
Get your ass out of
Hey,
here.
hey. And so I was like, my boy, what was it? The corner on the Chiefs. I don't even know why I'm blanking his name right now.
Is it McDuffie?
McDuffie, yeah,
Yeah.
McDuffie. A UW boy getting a ring would have been dope to me. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, man, I'm glad my boy BG got his second ring, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think bro should retire on top, do your
Get out
thing.
of there.
Yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure he been in the league like 13 years.
Hey,
I
Do
that's
your
a
think
thing,
that's a
big
Hall
dog.
of Fame career though.
Great career, bro. Like I said, probably one of the most underrated players in the NFL. Tremendous amount of respect. Great ball player, and I mean that, bro. It's not just off the field thing. On the field, watch the film. He's a beast.
Absolutely.
Seriously, he is.
Yeah, for sure. So, last question is PTG. How are you thinking we're doing year 7? I think personally we're rolling. Any ideas? You are now at the commish table. So, how are you feeling about that? We'll
Love,
talk about it for like another 3-4 minutes, and then we'll get
yeah,
off of here.
nah, for sure, man. Love the league. Seriously, do, bro. Like you got a great league here, and that's saying a lot
Yeah,
because
yeah.
especially in this community, full of a bunch of people that are
Hard to
always
find, man. It's hard to
quitting and
find.
No, it's hard to
Mhm.
find a good league, hard to find good users, and I'd say we have at least 25 legit users in the league,
Or
and
yeah.
some that are potentially also ones, but just maybe a little more time to prove it, man. But
Mhm.
we got a phenomenal core. Commish, like I said, although that them late advances was killing me, got a
Hey
good
man,
commish, man.
I be falling
Um,
asleep. I be tired. I need this beauty rest.
I get it. Like I said, bro, I got a 4 month old. I promise, I get it.
Yeah, you know
But
how it is.
nah, man, ran great, bro. Like I said, y'all taking this podcast thing, trying to blow it up media wise and everything like that. And like I said, a dope idea would have been just us getting together, doing some things. If we could meet up as a league, that'd just be a
Yeah,
cool little
I'm down.
situation, and do a podcast about that and just more
Even like a
ideas. And then
vlog, take like videos out there. Like we can all find
yeah,
somewhere to link up. Like just take a video, just kind of vlog it all. Yeah, definitely. I
hell
think
yeah,
that'd be
bro.
a
That'd just be
cool
a
idea.
cool idea, man. And then obviously I gave you the upset incentives idea for later on. That's a
Mhm.
cool way to keep people active late in the season who might not be having the greatest season and stuff like that. So yeah, bro. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
no,
You
other
got
than
a
that,
cool.
man, PTG is elite. It seriously is.
Appreciate that, man. Well, I want to let you go enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate having you on here. Alex does too. Go take care of yours, man. Appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on.
yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. I'll holler at you later, big dog.
Yes, sir.